Hi, this is Mrs. Brode, and we are beginning our unit on transformations. So there are 4 different types of transformations that we will talk about. Today we're going to start with translations. But first, let's describe what a transformation is. A transformation is a change in a figure's position or the size. So there are, like I mentioned, 4 different types of transformations. And the first one is a change in size, and that one is a dilation. We're actually not going to talk about that until the end, but that is the only transformation that changes size, the dilation. So then we have 3 transformations that actually change position. The first one is called a translation. That's what we'll talk about today. And then we've got a rotation. And finally, a reflection. So with those 3, they do not change size, but they do change position. So let's review another word that we talked about a lot in the last unit, and that word is congruent. Congruent means that it has the same shape and the same size. So for those last 3, translation, rotation, reflection, they're all going to be congruent because they are all going to be the same shape and the same size. So a couple other definitions that we need to know. The first one is a pre-image. Pre is before, so this is what we use for the original image. We call it the pre-image. And then if we just say image, then we're talking about the new image or the new shape. So pre-image means the original, image means referring to the new one. So if we are referring to the new one, you will see this little prime symbol. It's this little, looks like kind of a dash up there. That shows you that that is the new image. So in this particular case, you can see that it did change size. So that would be an example of a dilation, and we're not talking about those today. But the prime symbol indicates the new symbol. All right, so now we're going to move into what we're actually talking about today, a translation. And a translation slides a figure from one position to another without turning it. So it slides a position from one figure to another without turning it. All right, so today's key concept in words. In words, it can get like pretty wordy. So I'm going to read the definition, but then we'll break it down into what it's actually talking about. So in words, when a figure is translated, the x-coordinate of the pre-images changes by a value of the horizontal translation A. The y-coordinate of the pre-image changes by the vertical translation B. Kind of wordy, okay? So what it's saying is, in an ordered pair, you have both an X and a Y. X, we know, moves from left to right, or right to left. Y moves up and down. So if I slid this new shape to the right 3, then my X value would change by a +3. If I slid it to the left 3, it would change by -3, and same with the Y. So we'll see this in some examples. But this is how we would write it algebraically. So to know which way it's going to move, if you are adding something to your X, it is going to move to the right. If you are subtracting something from the X, it's going to move to the left. So if you add something to the Y, it's going to increase, so you would move up. If you subtract something from the y, it's going to move down. So I would say that this little piece right here is super important to remember. So you might want to highlight it or box it in or something so that you can refer back to that, because it's going to be super important. All right, so let's look at our first example. So our first example says to graph triangle ABC with the following vertices, and it tells us that A is 1, 2, B is 3, 1, and C is 3, 4. Okay, so you do need to know how to plot points. So A is over 1, up 2, that is A, and I'm going to label it as A. B is over 3, up 1. And C is over 3, up 4. So you can see we made this tiny little triangle. So remember, we are not going to change size. We are only going to slide this image. So it does tell us what happens when then the image of the triangle, after it is translated, 5 units left and 3 units up. 5 units left and 3 units up. What that means is I have to move each of these points 5 left and 3 up. So I'm going to start with A, and I'm going to go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 3. So I went to the left 5 and up 3, and this is my new A, so I do that A prime, so I know that that is my new point. So for B, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to count up 3, and my new B prime would be right there. Same thing with C. I'm going to move over 5 and up 3. So what you can see is it's still the same size, it's still the same triangle, it just slid to the left 5 and up 3. So now we need to write our new coordinates. So now A is over here at -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and +5. So those are our new coordinates, -4, 5 for A. B is over at -2, +4, and C is over at -2, +7. So I did that on the graph. I was able to count on the graph to slide it left and move it up and all of that. So we're going to write this algebraically. If it says 5 units left, that affects the x. So remember, left is a minus. We would say x minus 5. If we said 3 units up, remember up is a plus on the y, so we'd say y is +3. So this is how we would write it algebraically. Each of our original points, you subtracted 5 from each of the x values and you added 3 to each of the y values. So because we have an algebraic way, we don't always have to have a graph. We could figure this out by just having the coordinates. So we're going to try example 2 without a graph. It tells us that triangle XYZ has the following vertices, and I'm going to write those in. So x is -1, -2. Y is at +6, -3. And Z is at +2, -5. So it says determine the new vertices of triangle X prime, Y prime, Z prime. So you know it's the new one because of that. After a translation of 2 units left and 1 unit up. So if you remember back from the first page, if we move left, that means you would subtract from the X. So in this case, we're going to subtract 2 from all of our x values. 1 unit up, that up affects the y. So if you remember, up is plus. So +1 to all of the y values. So now we're going to show this algebraically. So my first x value is -1, and I'm going to subtract 2 from it. So in just a second, we'll figure out what that is. We're just doing the math right now. My original y value is -2. And I am going to add 1 to that. Okay? So let's figure out what that is. So -1 minus 2 is going to be -3. If you're not great with your integers, type it in. -1 minus 2. So the new x value for x prime is going to be at -3. Then we've got our y value. Original y was -2. We're going to add 1. It's going to be at -1. So that's my new point, and I didn't even have to move it over on a graph. So same thing with our y. So for y, we've got a 6 for the x. So we're going to do 6 minus 2, and that'll give us our new x value. And then our original y was -3. So we're going to do -3 plus 1 and see where we end up. So let's do the math. 6 minus 2. Our new x value is at 4 because that is 2 units left. And then -3 plus 1, our new y value is at -2. All right, so for our last one, we've got z. So for the x value was 2. So 2 minus 2, we'll figure that out in a minute. And then our y value was -5. So -5 plus 1. So let's do the math. 2 minus 2, the new x value is going to be 0, and the new y value is going to be -4. So we were able to translate, or to slide that new triangle without having to graph it. All right. So for our next one, example 3, we have a rectangle now. Rectangle QRST has the following vertices and is translated 3 units right and 3 units up. 3 units right and 3 units up. The first thing we want to do is write that algebraically. So we always start with our original x, y, and then what would happen to our x if it goes 3 units to the right? Well, right gets more positive, so we would add 3 to each of our x values. So then it tells us that it goes 3 units up. That would affect our y value. So up is more positive. So moving up would also add 3 to each of our y values. So when they say write it algebraically, that's what they mean. Tell me what happens to each of the x and each of the y values. So it says, what are the new coordinates? Well, they did supply a graph, but it didn't tell us that we had to plot all the original points. If the graph is there and you want to do that, go ahead and plot all those original points. The only thing that this question asked me to do at the end is to graph the new figure. It never says I have to graph the old figure, but of course you definitely could. So let's try this without having to graph the original figure or the pre-image. Let's look at our Q. For Q, my original image was -2, -4. So we know that my original x value, I'm going to add 3 to that. And my original y value, I'm going to add 3 to that. So that means my new points are -2 plus 3, which is +1, and -4 plus 3, which is -1. So that's my new Q prime. So for R, same thing. I want to add 3 to both the x and the y. And that means R prime would be -2 plus 3, which is +1, and 1 plus 3, which is positive 4. So there's my new r prime. And I'm going to do the same thing to s. So negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. 1 plus 3 is positive 4. There's my new s prime. And finally, I'm going to add 3 to both of my x, y values for t. And I'm going to get negative 1, negative 1. So again, if you needed to plot it on the graph, go ahead and do that. You just might not always be provided with a graph, so you need to know how to do it algebraically as well. So now I'm going to plot my new figure because it asked me to do that. 1, negative 1. And you always want to label it. That's Q1. Or Q prime, sorry. 1, positive 4 is r prime. Negative 1, positive 4 is s prime. And negative 1, negative 1 is t prime. And you can see we do have a triangle, or a rectangle, sorry. So there is our rectangle. All right, so we've got one last example. And that is to use the graph below as your preimage. So that's my original. Find the coordinates of its image if the following translation was performed. And it tells us that we're going to add 3 to each of our x values and subtract 1 from each of our y values. So that means, if we're looking at it, that each of the x values moves to the right 3, and then each of the y values moves down 1. So the first thing I would do here is find my original points for each of these. So you can see A is at, this is like 0 here, so 1 and 3. B is at 3 and 5. C looks to be at 6 and 2. And D looks to be at 3 and 1. So again, I can regraph it if I need to. It doesn't ask me to. It doesn't say that I have to graph the new image. It just says to find the ordered pairs. So if you did want to take your A and say, okay, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right and 1 down and plot that and find that the new point would be at 4, 2. You can certainly do it that way. Or if you just want to take your B and say, okay, I'm going to add 3 to the x and subtract 1 from the y, and my new B would be at 6, 4. You can do it like that. So go ahead and pause this video, and I want you to do C prime and D prime and see what you get, and then start it up when you're done. Okay, so I added 3 to my x and subtracted 1 from my y. So C prime was 9, 1, and D prime was 6, 0. Again, if you wanted to draw the new image, you could, but it does not ask you to do that. So if it doesn't ask you to draw it, you don't have to draw it. All right, have a good day.